Imagine mountains so tall they scrape the heavens. Glaciers older than human civilization, and peaks so perfect they look computer-generated. What if I told you there's a place where fairy tale castles perch on impossible cliffs? Where lakes glow emerald against snow-white backdrops? And where villages exist at altitudes that defy belief? Welcome to Wild Discoveries with ZERMATT, where we're about to reveal the Alps, Europe's crown jewel spanning 3 incredible countries. Hit subscribe now because these 27 locations will redefine everything you thought you knew about mountain beauty. The Matterhorn pierces the sky like a colossal stone pyramid. Its 14,692-foot peak, maintaining such geometric perfection, it seems carved by divine architects rather than natural forces. This iconic mountain, straddling the Swiss-Italian border, presents 4 distinct faces that catch light differently throughout the day, transforming from pink Alpine glow at dawn to golden fire at sunset. The peak's isolation and knife-edge ridges create a monument so recognizable, it's become synonymous with Swiss identity itself. From ZERMATT's car-free streets, visitors witness this natural skyscraper dominating every horizon, while its reflection in nearby lakes doubles its majesty in mirror-perfect displays. JUNGFRAUJOCH stands at 11,332 feet as Europe's highest railway station, accessible through a marvel of engineering that tunnels directly through solid rock to reach what locals call top of Europe. The Jungfrau Railway, completed in 1912, carries passengers through the heart of the Eiger and Mönch Mountains to emerge into a high alpine wonderland where glacial ice extends endlessly in every direction. The Sphinx Observatory provides panoramic views across the ALETSCH glacier system, while ice sculptures and tunnels carved into living glaciers create an otherworldly experience. Standing here feels like reaching the roof of the continent, surrounded by peaks that seem to touch the stars themselves. Lauterbrunnen Valley creates Switzerland's most dramatic geological theater, where vertical limestone cliffs rise 1,000 feet on both sides, while 72 waterfalls cascade from impossible heights into the Emerald Valley floor. This U-shaped glacier-carved canyon inspired Tolkien's Rivendell, with its combination of sheer rock walls, thundering waterfalls, and alpine meadows creating scenes of impossible beauty. Staubach Falls plunges 974 feet in a single drop, while Trümmelbach Falls carries glacial meltwater through hidden rock chambers with such violence the mountain itself vibrates. The valley's name means many fountains, perfectly describing this natural amphitheater where water and stone create symphonies of sight and sound. ALETSCH Glacier flows for 14 miles as the largest glacier in the Alps. A frozen river so massive, it contains enough ice to cover all of Switzerland under 3 feet of water. This UNESCO World Heritage Site moves at speeds of up to 3 feet per day, carrying rocks, debris, and centuries-old ice down from the high peaks toward the Rhone Valley. The glacier's crevasse-scarred surface creates an alien landscape of blue ice formations and hidden caverns, while its sheer scale dwarfs everything in the surrounding landscape. From viewpoints like ENGELBERG, visitors witness geological forces in motion, watching climate change reshape this ancient ice stream in real time as it retreats up the mountainside. St. Moritz epitomizes Alpine luxury at 6,037 feet elevation, where champagne climate combines with snow-covered peaks to create Europe's most glamorous mountain resort. This prestigious destination has hosted Winter Olympics twice, while maintaining its reputation for exclusivity and natural beauty that attracts royalty, celebrities, and adventure seekers from around the globe. The resort's frozen lake becomes a playground for horse racing, polo, and ice cricket during winter months, creating surreal scenes of tropical sports played against snow-covered backdrops. Surrounding peaks like Piz-Corvac provide world-class skiing and glacier views, while the town's Belle Epoque architecture adds timeless elegance to this high-altitude paradise. Grindelwald nestles beneath the north face of the Eiger, one of mountaineering's most feared walls, creating a village setting so dramatic it appears designed for maximum visual impact. This adventure capital provides direct access to the JUNGFRAUJOCH railway, while offering hiking trails that lead through flower-filled meadows with constant views of the Eiger, Mönch, and Jungfrau triumvirate. The first cliff walk suspension bridge extends over a 2,600-foot drop, providing adrenaline-pumping views across glaciated peaks and green valleys. Traditional Swiss chalets dot the landscape like wooden jewels against the massive limestone walls, while cable cars carry visitors to heights where eagles soar and glaciers gleam. Lake OESCHINEN glows turquoise at 5,177 feet elevation, its glacial waters reflecting surrounding peaks with such clarity. The surface becomes a perfect mirror, doubling the mountain scenery. This UNESCO World Heritage Site requires a scenic cable car ride followed by a mountain walk, ensuring its pristine beauty remains protected from mass tourism. The lake's impossible blue color, caused by glacial flowers suspended in the water, contrasts dramatically with the dark limestone cliffs and emerald forests that frame its shores. Wooden rowboats drift across the mirror-like surface, while waterfalls cascade from hidden cirques above, creating a scene so perfect it challenges belief that such places exist naturally. GORNERGRAT Railway climbs 4,478 vertical feet in just over 9 miles, carrying passengers through multiple climate zones to reach Europe's second highest railway station at 10,135 feet elevation. This engineering marvel, opened in 1898, provides the most spectacular Matterhorn views available, with observation platforms offering 360-degree panoramas across 29 peaks over 13,000 feet high. The journey itself becomes an adventure as the cogwheel train navigates impossible gradients through alpine meadows, past mountain lakes, and finally into the high alpine zone, where only ice and rock survive. From the summit station, the Matterhorn appears close enough to touch, while glaciers extend endlessly toward distant horizons. Engelberg serves as base camp for Mount TITLIS, Switzerland's most accessible glacier experience, where revolving cable cars provide 360-degree views during the dramatic ascent to 10,623 feet. The TITLIS Rotair, world's first rotating cable car, ensures every passenger enjoys panoramic vistas during the 45-minute journey through multiple climate zones. At the summit, the TITLIS Cliffwalk suspension bridge spans a 1,640-foot drop, while ice caves carved into living glaciers create blue-lit chambers that seem more fantasy than reality. The contrast between green valley floors and the white world above the clouds makes this journey feel like traveling between different planets on the same mountain. Davos stretches across a high alpine valley at 5,118 feet, creating Europe's highest city and a winter sports paradise where world-class skiing combines with the famous World Economic Forum meetings. This elongated valley town provides access to two major ski areas, Parsen and Jakobshorn, while maintaining the authentic character of a traditional Swiss mountain community. The surrounding peaks offer everything from gentle sledding runs to extreme off-piste skiing, while summer transforms the valley into a hiking paradise with over 700 kilometers of marked trails. The town's unique position creates a microclimate with more sunshine hours than lower elevations, making it a year-round destination for mountain adventures. ZUGSPITZE towers at 9,718 feet as Germany's roof, accessible by cogwheel railway or cable car systems that deliver visitors to a summit experience spanning two countries simultaneously. The peak straddles the German-Austrian border, offering panoramas across 4 nations while providing access to Germany's only glacier skiing area year-round. The ZUGSPITZE Glacier creates a white world above the clouds, where skiing continues through summer months while hikers explore high alpine terrain typically reserved for serious mountaineers. From the Golden Cross marking the summit, visitors witness the dramatic transition from Bavarian foothills to the heart of the Eastern Alps, with views extending over 200 miles on clear days. Neuschwanstein Castle rises from forested hills like a fairy tale materialized in stone. Its white towers and romantic spires creating the inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. King Ludwig II's 19th century creation perches dramatically above the village of Hohenschwangau, with the Bavarian Alps providing a theatrical backdrop for this architectural fantasy. The castle's throne room remains unfinished, frozen in time like the Mad King's dreams, while opulent chambers showcase Ludwig's obsession with Wagner's operas and medieval romanticism. Viewing platforms across the valley reveal the castle's impossible beauty against alpine backdrops, creating scenes that blur the line between reality and fairy tale imagination. Berchtesgaden National Park protects Bavaria's only alpine national park, where pristine wilderness meets dramatic history in Germany's southeastern corner. The park encompasses the Watzmann Massif, Germany's third highest mountain, while preserving ecosystems ranging from valley floors to high alpine zones above the tree line. Deep forests of beech, fir, and spruce give way to alpine meadows carpeted with edelweiss and gentians, while golden eagles soar above peaks that reach nearly 9,000 feet. The park's proximity to Salzburg creates a unique blend of German and Austrian alpine culture, while its protected status ensures wildlife like chamois, marmots, and ibex thrive in their natural habitat. KÖNIGSSEE stretches like an emerald fjord between towering limestone walls, its crystal-clear waters reflecting surrounding peaks with mirror-like perfection in Bavaria's most beautiful lake. This glacially carved lake, nearly 650 feet deep, maintains such purity that only electric boats are permitted. Their silent passage ensuring the famous echo from the Echo One cliff face remains undisturbed. The iconic St. Bartholomew's Church, with its distinctive red onion domes, sits on a peninsula accessible only by boat, creating one of Germany's most photographed scenes. Waterfalls cascade directly into the lake from heights of over 1,300 feet, while the surrounding Berchtesgaden Alps create a natural amphitheater of impossible beauty. ETTAL Abbey dominates its alpine valley with Baroque splendor that seems almost too ornate for the surrounding mountain wilderness. Its twin towers and elaborate facade creating a spiritual landmark visible from miles away. Founded in 1330 by Holy Roman Emperor Ludwig the Bavarian, this Benedictine monastery houses one of Bavaria's most spectacular Baroque interiors, where frescoed ceilings and gilded altars create heavenly displays that rival the mountain scenery outside. The abbey's location in a broad valley surrounded by forested peaks creates a sense of sanctuary and peace, while the working monastery continues centuries-old traditions of brewing, distilling, and cheese-making. The contrast between human artistic achievement and natural alpine beauty makes ETTAL a destination that feeds both soul and senses. The Dolomites rise from northern Italy like Gothic cathedrals built by geological giants. Their pale limestone walls and dramatic spires creating landscapes so spectacular, UNESCO declared them a World Heritage Site for their outstanding beauty. These mountains, formed from ancient coral reefs, glow pink and orange during sunrise and sunset in the phenomenon called alpenglow, transforming the entire range into natural monuments that seem lit from within. Vertical walls rise thousands of feet with impossible steepness, while emerald meadows and pristine alpine lakes provide gentle contrasts to the dramatic cliff faces. The unique geology creates rock formations so architecturally perfect, they appear designed rather than naturally formed, making the Dolomites Italy's most spectacular mountain range. Cortina d'Ampezzo nestles in a natural amphitheater surrounded by some of the Dolomites' most famous peaks, creating Italy's most glamorous mountain resort where Olympic history meets timeless Alpine beauty. This exclusive destination, host of the 1956 Winter Olympics, maintains its reputation for luxury while providing access to some of Europe's most spectacular hiking and skiing terrain. The town's Belle Epoque architecture and designer boutiques create an atmosphere of sophisticated mountain living, while cable cars provide access to the Faloria and Mietres peaks for panoramic views across the entire Dolomites range. The surrounding mountains, including the distinctive Tre Cime di Lavaredo, create a 360-degree display of limestone spires and vertical walls that define Dolomites' beauty. Tre Cime di Lavaredo presents 3 limestone towers so perfectly formed they've become the Dolomites' most recognizable landmark. Their sheer north faces rising over 1,800 feet in walls that challenge the world's best rock climbers. These 3 peaks, Grande, Ovest, and Piccola, stand in perfect alignment like ancient monuments guarding the border between Italy and Austria. The hiking trail that circles these towers provides constantly changing perspectives on their dramatic profiles. While World War I remnants scattered across the landscape tell stories of mountain warfare fought in impossible terrain. The contrast between the pale limestone against deep blue alpine skies creates scenes so perfect they seem painted, making Tre Cime the most photographed location in all the Dolomites. Lake Braze reflects the Sikofel mountain in waters so clear and still, the surface becomes a perfect mirror, doubling the drama of the surrounding Dolomites peaks while creating one of Italy's most photographed alpine scenes. This emerald jewel, nestled at 4,921 feet elevation, maintains such pristine clarity that every detail of the limestone cliffs appears perfectly reproduced in its surface. Traditional wooden rowboats drift across the mirror-like waters, while visitors walk the perimeter trail through forests that frame ever-changing views of the lake and mountains. The combination of impossible water clarity, perfect mountain reflections, and the romantic wooden boats create scenes so beautiful they've made Lake Braze a social media sensation and one of the Dolomites' must-visit destinations. Val Gardena carves through the heart of the Dolomites, creating a valley where laden culture thrives beneath some of South Tyrol's most spectacular limestone peaks, and where world-class skiing meets ancient alpine traditions. This trilingual valley, where Italian, German, and Ladin are spoken, maintains its unique cultural identity, while providing access to the massive Dolomites superski area with over 1,200 kilometers of connected slopes. The valley's position beneath the Sella and Sassolungo massifs creates dramatic backdrops for every activity, while traditional Tyrolean architecture dots the landscape with wooden chalets and church spires. Summer transforms Val Gardena into a hiking paradise, where cable cars provide access to high alpine trails that traverse flower-filled meadows with constant views of the distinctive Dolomite spires. Stelvio Pass challenges drivers with 48 hairpin turns climbing to 9,045 feet. creating one of Europe's most spectacular and demanding mountain roads, while providing access to breathtaking views across 3 countries. This engineering marvel, originally built by the Austrian Empire, switchbacks up impossible gradients with such frequency that the road appears like a giant zipper laid across the mountainside. From the summit, panoramas extend across the Ortler Alps, while the road itself becomes a tourist attraction. With cyclists and motorcyclists pilgrimage to conquer its legendary curves. The pass connects Italy's Lombardy region with South Tyrol, creating a dramatic border crossing where Alpine cultures meet and merge, while surrounded by glaciated peaks and pristine mountain wilderness. Alpes di Siusi spreads across Europe's largest high-altitude alpine meadow, where rolling grasslands at 6,000 feet elevation create an impossibly pastoral landscape with the jagged ciliar peaks providing dramatic backdrops. This plateau, accessible by cable car from the valley below, maintains traditional South Tyrolean farming culture, where hay is still cut by hand and wooden barns dot the landscape like architectural gems. The meadows burst with wildflowers during summer months, creating carpets of color that seem to stretch endlessly toward the limestone spires of the surrounding Dolomites. Traditional mountain huts serve hearty Tyrolean cuisine, while hiking trails cross the plateau, providing gentle walks with constantly changing views of the Sassolungo, Sella, and Ciliar mountain groups that frame this alpine paradise. Marmolada Glacier crowns the Dolomites' highest peak at 10,968 feet, creating the only significant glacier in these limestone mountains while providing year-round skiing and dramatic views across the entire range. The cable car journey to Punta Rocca delivers visitors to a high alpine world where permanent snow and ice contrast sharply with the warm valleys below. While the summit panorama extends across the entire arc of the Eastern Alps. The glacier's retreat due to climate change makes it a poignant destination where visitors witness environmental change in real time, while the surrounding peaks create a dramatic setting for this remnant of the Ice Age. The contrast between the white glacier and the pale limestone peaks creates a monochromatic landscape that seems almost lunar in its stark beauty. Lago di Carezza enchants visitors with water so intensely colored, it's known as the Rainbow Lake, where emerald and turquoise waters reflect the Latemar peaks in displays so perfect they seem painted rather than natural. This small alpine lake, nestled in a forest clearing at 5,177 feet elevation, maintains colors that change throughout the day as light conditions shift and seasons progress. Local Leighton legend claims the lake's colors come from a wizard's rainbow that fell into the water. An explanation that seems more believable than the scientific reality of mineral content and light refraction. The surrounding spruce forest creates a dark frame for the brilliant watercolors, while the dramatic limestone spires of the Latemar group provide a spectacular backdrop for this jewel of the Dolomites. From Switzerland's iconic Matterhorn to Italy's rainbow-colored lakes, From Germany's fairy tale castles to glaciers older than civilization itself. The Alps prove that Europe's heart beats with wild, untamed beauty that challenges every expectation. These 27 destinations represent just a fraction of what this magnificent mountain range offers. Yet each location demonstrates why the Alps remain the ultimate European adventure. Whether you're drawn to Switzerland's precision-engineered mountain railways, Germany's blend of history and natural drama, or Italy's limestone cathedrals rising from emerald valleys, the Alps deliver experiences that transform every visitor. These mountains don't just provide scenic backdrops. They create life-changing encounters with landscapes so beautiful, they redefine what's possible on our planet. Thank you for joining Wild Discoveries with ZERMATT on this journey through Europe's crown jewel. Subscribe now to continue exploring the world's most incredible destinations. And remember, the Alps are waiting to show you that reality truly is more spectacular than any dream. Until next time, keep discovering the extraordinary places that make our world so endlessly amazing.